I am hopping on to chat with you about 12 quick Facebook tips, and I'm gonna like go through these super quick as my dog is like rolling and snorting and sneezing on the carpet. So ignore the background noise. These are brought to you last night as I was doing my workout at the gym, listening to a song. I just hopped on my phone and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I haven't done one of these in about a year, where I pop on and I just give an update about like some quick tips. So we're gonna jump into these. If you don't know me well, my name is Steph. I've been doing an online business for a little over 2 years. Absolutely love it. I love empowering the business owner. If you're on my team and watching this and you don't know how to do any of these things that I'm about to mention, please reach out to me. I can personally show you how to do that. Let's jump into these because I think these are huge. And I would first of all say, like, I am not the expert on this, but I listen to the experts and then I take notes and then I apply it, right? So anyone can do that. So, okay. All right. Quick tip number 1, make your post public. Okay, if you are using this, and this again, all these tips primarily apply to business owners. The rest of you, take it or leave it. Okay, love you too. If you're in business and your posts aren't public, when you friend someone, anything like that, if someone's going to your page and if they can't really see anything, you're kind of like a blank slate. So you want to have some personality. So obviously you don't have to make everything public, but I would say if you're really looking to grow your business, you're going to make your post public. Okay. Tip number 2, use the @mention feature. If you're doing this, great, drop a 1 in the comments. If you don't know what I'm talking about, drop a 2, and I'll give you an example. But you can @mention names, pages, events, groups. You don't have to do the link where it says like www.facebook, like to say something. You can just like do like @Skincare Convos with Steph, and then it's gonna like pop up my group and I can select it, and then it looks nice and pretty, and then people can click that specific thing. Tip number 3, and this is just life here. Okay, use the stories feature. If you aren't using it, drop a 3 in the comments. I hope you are using it, okay? Stories is huge because we're moving from like the downward like scroll to the swipe, okay? So, and if you've been paying attention to stories and if you're tracking it, you're gonna see that your story views are going up slowly over time, okay? So more and more people are watching that. So jump on the bandwagon and start using it, okay? And then a secondary tip with that is that it should be different than what you're posting, okay? So people don't have time in a story to read like a long post. Like it gives a certain amount of time before it just like swipes on. So it needs to be like, what's the story of your life? Like I could take a snapshot right now of my dogs like looking out the window, like, oh my gosh, they're barking at the dogs, that type of thing. Okay. Tip number 4, your profile picture. It needs to stand out and it needs to be of your face and smiling. I'm a big believer on this because you're on Facebook, as you're scrolling, like people get to see this teeny little dot of your face. So if it's like a picture of your family from super far away, like it's not going to be that noticeable. But if your face takes up the majority of that little circle, like when you're uploading it, you may be like, oh my gosh, they can see everything. But, people are going to notice your name standing out because of it. Okay. Right? Like we're visual, right? Most people are better at faces than names. So you want your face to be noticeable because people are going to stop, they may not see your name, but they see your face and they're going to slow their scroll because of it. Okay. Tip number 5, use the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. This helps teach the algorithm what you want to see so you can follow people, you can unfollow people, you can hide ads, that type of thing. If it's, around some political season, you're tired of seeing someone's post about it, just like hide it for 30 days, Okay. Tip number 6, turn notifications on and off, okay? You can do this in pages and in groups. And this is super beneficial when you want to be seeing things or you don't want to be seeing things. Maybe you don't want to leave that like recipe crock pot group that you're in because you really like going there to get recipes sometimes, but you don't want to see every time someone uploads a new recipe. Well, go to that group and you can turn the notifications off. But maybe it's a group that you're a part of and you don't want to miss out when things are going on and it's a lot of fun and brings joy to your life. We'll turn those group notifications on. And you can also do like the highlights section. I pretty much, for almost all of my groups, either have it on or off. Okay. Tip number 7, I would say if you're in business, working it, follow 2 or 3 coaches online and then cut it off. Like, you don't need too many like hands in the pot. Okay. So I'm not saying that these people can't change over time, but like find your people, stick with them, learn what you want, either stay with them, but don't keep adding on where you have like 10 or 12 or that type of thing. There are people that I follow that I have all those notifications like off so I can go check it out when I want to. But in terms of the people that are putting into me and mentoring and teaching me, I really only have a couple people at a time. And if I find someone new that I'm really jiving with and want to learn more, I'm going to like, again, cut off some of the other side of it. Okay? All right, tip number 8, talk like a human being, people. Okay, so like if you're writing a post, like talk like you. It should sound like you. You should use the words that you say. Like I say like my peeps, things like that. Like make it you, okay? Like that's a big deal. Like don't just get into the like Facebook social media speak, okay? You know, in real life, when you're talking to someone, you know, you don't really say like, oh, let me go tag my friend about this. You're like, oh, I'm going to go tell so-and-so. So there's no reason why online you can't say, hey, go tell your friend about this as well. Okay. All right. Tip number 9. Ooh, I love this one. Use the feeling action button. So if you scroll down, when you're making your post, you got different options with things. Some of the things let you do more than one. You can like say who you're with, you can add a feeling or an activity that you're doing. This one I love because, one, it's for twofold, okay? It increases the white space, which just makes it more visibly appealing to the eye. And then 2, it's just more fun. The dogs. Seriously. I really need to kennel them during this. Okay. So it's just more fun, right? Like you can say something, you can be uniquely you in another way using the feeling and action button. Okay? Tip number 10. Leave meaningful comments. It's called social for a reason, right? Like engage with people, like have a thoughtful conversation. It's actually one of my most favorite things to do online, like when I have that planned into my schedule. So it's awesome because like you can actually like get in a conversation back and forth with people in the comments, right? Like learn something new, have fun. Like that's the whole point of it. I would say like stop scrolling through like 80 posts, 50 posts and like maybe engage with a few people. And that's where if you're using those 3 upper dots in the right hand corner, like that's going to help get the people in the news feed that you want to be seen. Okay. All right. Tip number 11. Live a little and branch out beyond the like button. Because really, like, show some emotion online. Like, everything is, you know, like, the like button is there. But if it surprises you, why not use the wow? If you laughed at all or chuckled or found what the person wrote is funny, use the, you know, laugh button. Use the sad button, the angry button. Like, those things are all there for a reason. Use them. It's fun. Right? Like, and then the other thing I would say as a business owner is you do have an advantage because most of the time you stand out a little bit more because people are going to see who loves it versus likes it, right? Who laughed at it versus just liked it. Like, and standing out, like, is a good thing, especially when you're thoughtfully engaging, right? When all of these come together for the perfect mix. Okay. And then last tip number 12. If you're going to share something, and I'm not a huge believer in sharing much if you're using your profile, your page, whatever, as... Oh my gosh. They've been like laying here the whole time. Sorry. If you share something, say why you're sharing it. Okay? So, if it makes you cry, like, talk about it a little bit. Like, hopefully, you know, if you laugh, like, why did it make you laugh? Like, be you with that, right? Because, like, when we share things in life, like, there's nothing wrong with sharing things, but, like, do more than share without writing something. Like, and I'm a really, like, I think that matters a lot. So just give more, right? Like, be more you, because when you're sharing something, you're really just taking something from someone else that you like and putting it out there for the world, which is fine, but there's a reason why it connected with you that you're putting it out there. So I would say, like, expound a little bit. And yeah, that might take a little bit of time on your part, but, like, again, I would say as a business owner, like, quality over quantity here. So think about the quality of what you're putting out there. So again, if you're sharing something, it better be worth the while for that share, right? Since it's not coming straight from you. So those are my 12 quick tips. Thank you so much.
Head on over to www.parisipack.com for more social media marketing strategies that actually work.